Oh. I had to go dump everything off my phone. It said it was supposed to take 13 hours, so I was shitting biscuits, and then I was just one of those electronic days again. A couple days ago, I had the same problem, and oh my god, it's ugly. I still can't get my laptop to start. Then the other one doesn't want to behave. It's a Dell, and it's just being a butthead. So, but I just wanted to show you this. I'm not sure if I updated it. I didn't look on. But see, it's making the bubbles. And I put this on there because I came out one day and it had splashed when I first started doing this. So I just sit it like this and run this for 24 hours for tomorrow. Tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow morning, whatever. It just depends. It doesn't have to necessarily be 24 hours. I guess I don't know. I gotta be careful. I got it on a brick now. I figured out how to keep it clean. Just have to keep it up out of the way, but I couldn't figure out how to do it. Snow sniffing spraying, sorry. I don't know if I guess it's okay. But just a little air pump thing, like I said, a little water pump type thing, and it just puts air in there. Or basically just oxygen, kind of oxygenates it, and then the bacteria live off that, and it kind of reproduces, and then you mix it. I don't have to mix it. I guess I could leave it pure and then just mix it as I need it. But what they were saying, it lasts 3 months or something like that. Outrageous. It's kind of cool. I didn't know it had that kind of shelf life. But they say if you really aerate it, like a lot of places aerate it really, really bad, then it gets too strong and it pretty much dies out, because you get too much oxygen, I think, and not enough food type thing. So the guy said doing this where you just aerate it just like almost naturally, just like I'm doing. I don't know if that's right or wrong, but I mean, everything's growing. And I showed you guys some of the, I think, here, let's watch. I was kind of looking at my cucumbers again yesterday, I think it was, and man, I just am impressed as heck as how they just, I don't know if it's this one or not, but I think it's this one, but it's just, to me, it's kind of just impressive as heck. I mean, look at that little spindly, it looks sick and gangly and everything else, and it just comes up to here, and I think that's when it was still, I bought it. And then it's all twisted and gnarly, and then you could just see a huge difference right in here. It's just like, so I mean, it just exploded. And this one's doing the same thing. It's all gangly and dying, but my goodness, then you look at this thing and it's, it's really healthy looking and just, healthy and good. So I decided to put it up there because it was just struggling on this little shepherd's pole, or whatever you call this thing. So this is my little, you guys remember AO Hell? Oh my god, that's funny. It's so old. But they're supposed to scare the things, so that looks like it's working. Kinda. But cool. So I'm glad to be out. Man, I was in the house for I don't know how many hours trying to figure out that computer stuff, and I'm online talking to a guy trying to get my badass G3 laptop won't start. It just goes through the post and then it just stops and starts and stops and starts, won't do anything. I did everything you're supposed to do that it says you can do, and nothing. And he's trying to tell me to do the same thing I've already done, but I have to go through the motions. So I finally just told him, hey man, the battery's dying, I gotta go. I was getting claustrophobic, I need to get out here and see how things are growing and just get out and work out some tension. But everything looks wonderful. It's I think she turned, oh yeah, oh my goodness, spaghetti squash, guys. I am kind of jazzed because I think you can pick that early too, I hope. I'm fixing to try it out. But she's kind of just bombed and banged and exploded too. Yeah, but it's just there, everybody's garden's looking good this time of year, so I'm impressed how it just throws all these little shoots off. I mean, like tons of them. I'm missing it. Just, golly, I want to throw it on the ground, but now it's kind of in a place where I really don't want to throw it on the ground. But next year, now that I see how things are growing, I'm gonna probably do that. Like I said, I got all this, and I think I'm figuring out how to. I'm supposed to be able to go to online or go live soon. So I don't know if if anybody's ever gonna pay attention or. Heck, one or two. It doesn't even matter, guys. If somebody's around, or you're not around, it doesn't. I mean, it does matter, I guess. I'm not being rude. I don't know. Just babbling. Just saying shit to be saying shit, I guess. But I'm gonna get to work. As I said, I need to work off some frustration, check my babies. everything's looking good. This morning I checked it, just, looking really good. So, as usual, I just prejudice, but, all gardeners are hell with anything you guys do. I'm sure it is. Feel proud of what you do and just, I don't know. These are those weird leaves, so it scares me sometimes. I almost think it's too dry, but, we just had another rainstorm, like a big one. And it's like, well, you saw all this stuff. I'm like, gosh, dang it, I got tons of water. I'm not complaining, guys. Trust me, because it's bad A. I don't know how much those things hold. I threw some tea bags in there and I had a little bit, it's supposed to be good for I think it has nitrogen, what's left in the tea. So I just do, like I said, I dilute and make my own stuff. And then I make natural stuff. But this was probably like there yesterday before the rainstorm. So, and I just started covering it because I was figuring, heck, I'm letting it evaporate. Why do that? So I just cover it up. And it just stays put. And I'll mix some of this in with my worm. Once tomorrow when it happens, I'll mix it up. And I'll probably just take that one and bring that water over too and mix it. So, yeah, I guess it's not rocket science. I just mix. I mean, I could mix pure. I've tried it and it doesn't hurt anything. So I'm not afraid of that. That's the thing, is I'm not afraid of that. What I did over there, I don't know. I messed up somehow in that gallon jug. It's my own damn fault. So I just got to be careful and write. When I write something on it, I wrote baking soda, but I think I used it for something else. And if I remember, I was telling you guys one of these, that one that was in this tube has that animal, the outside cat and stuff like that. It's all been turned under and stuff like that, but it still has it. So the before I rinsed it out, it was really strong. I think that, because the concentration, it was about this full, but the animals had used it and it really had no place to go. I realized down that end, that's why I turned that way. That end where it was joined leaks a little more than this end did. So I turned it that way and then, drilled a bunch of holes so it goes that way anyway. So it had a little bit of dirt. Well, it ended up being, I think that's the one over there. I can show you. But I just thought, it was good dirt, and you're using manure and stuff anyway. I don't know, it doesn't matter. And I was researching, and animal waste is waste. And I think that this is one. Am I goofy? I'm goofy, but that's why we're here. We're walking. You guys probably noticed it before I did. I'm like, hey, dumbass, you just walked by it. But see, I put this one, I'm just putting, it's that PVC dirt from the front yard. And that's about what it came to, that's about what it came to. It's just you see it a little, about halfway, maybe. Yeah, I guess maybe just a tad bit more, but then it's being displaced, so it's probably less. This is one that I put the Gatorade bottle in. It's got a little on the bottom, but when I think it's too dry or I just put stuff in there. And I'm just trying to put plain water, but I'm bad because I just, when I make a batch of water, I just feed everything with it. So that's why this Miracle-Gro test, I have to be really careful that I don't forget. And I may have already, so I may have contaminated the test already. I think I'm looking back and my little bottle I use may have had some worm juice in it. So I may have compromised, the growing test, but I don't know. It reminds me, maybe I go find out where they are. I put them in the garage earlier. That one, she just, my fault. I took it out, but I mean, how can you do an honest test if you don't give it, an honest struggle? See, now it's beautiful. I mean, it's just cool. It just doesn't like to be out in the sun too long. So I think it's still trying to, establish roots, which is wonderful because it could have died. So, I mean, guys, you gotta give me some credit. I had that thing in my hands. Like I said, I think I took a picture of it. So I had her in my hands, kind of like I had a life in my hands. And she's still around. I just have to be careful with her. So, got something growing in there. See, this one doesn't even care. It's a little yellow, but I'm just going to wait. Like I said, I don't know if I'm babbling and moving stuff. I had rust on it. But I got to turn this. I'm going to put it outside a little more. And this one's turning crooked because every time I move it, I'm not out here. It gets sun pretty much, 300 degrees or something to be decided, something like that. I'm going to bring her out here for a second. It's pretty cloudy for a second, so it's not real hot. If she starts drooping, I'll get her, I'll get her out of the way. But this is the Miracle-Gro one, and this is the other. I just don't like, see how she's turned. So I'm going to turn it. I'm going to leave it turned, you know, let it straighten back up. Because like I said, you see these are all out here in the sunlight and they're not, you know, they don't turn. You know, I'm going to get my little tester while I'm talking here. 10 minutes. I don't know, I'll talk you guys ear off for a minute here. I was just thinking of grabbing my little chingy dingy here. See what I'm doing, this just gives me, right now I have it set on moisture. See, and it shoots. See, so this is what I'm using for everything, and I'm trusting this to be, I mean, I had a couple of them, I bought a couple of them because, you know, you want a base. That's what I was going to use too, and on this sample, you know, on the test I was thinking of doing, but I'm sure this is really wet. It was outside, so it's like soaking, but it doesn't matter. These are seeds, and they haven't come through yet. And this is, she's still struggling. She was in some of that stuff that's in the PVC, and see how it just burned it. And this one burned it. But I see a little growth, and I'm kind of, you know, with tomatoes, I'm just kind of partial to them, but I don't know. You know, I have a hard time pulling one up and killing it just because. I'm gonna try everything I can to save it. That's just, I know, that's just who I am. So it's all good. This one's poor thing. I feel so bad. Man, I threw this poor thing around yesterday. Threw it out. Gosh dang. I'm so mean. But I don't know. I'm gonna bail. I think I gotta get some stuff done. Like I said, I work off some tension and stuff, and crap, my lawn's huge. I just got shit to do. So later, if we go live, it'll be way different.